Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I haven't really been here for about a month and I've just been busy doing other things. I've been making mods for Minecraft, stuff like that. I don't think any of you care, which obviously. But today I'm going to do my first reaction to Chapter 5, the trailers, the pictures on Steam, stuff like that. I flicked through, I haven't seen them though, but I saw that there is a Steam page, so I'm going to have a look at that. And I know the date of release is 19th of February, for me actually, because I'm Australian, but that's pretty cool, I'm excited for that. But yeah, I just thought I'd say all that real quick. And I also found this picture, which I've been looking at for the past while, and I'm going to say my opinion on it after everything else. So let's get into it. Okay, we are now on the Steam page. I just had to move my microphone up a bit. I don't know if it sounds bad or not. Just had to move it because it keeps hearing my mouse click and I don't really want that. If you still hear it, I'm sorry. I tried fixing it, but might not be able to. Anyways, this is going to be my first reaction. It looks like we have two videos here along with a bunch of pictures. As you can see, 19th of Feb, about 3 weeks, which I'm excited for. And I'm going to read this soon and then look at this image here. So let's get into it. Alright, so this is the first trailer. I think I've seen sneak peeks of this one. I don't know. Yeah, I've seen sneak peeks of this, but I haven't seen the full thing. So let's watch it. This is the lab. Of course, Pianosaurus. More screen time than the actual time when he was alive. Of course. New hand. Looks like a light hand, I guess. Hold on, I'll let this play out, sorry. Oh wow. Like a spider crab thing. 4 legs like a... yeah, man.
Time to go.
Great. Is it... yeah, breaking things. I knew the name of it. That's cool. Has splits like that. Oh, there's a date at the end of it. Don't really need that because we have the date on Steam now. But I'm pretty sure this is the first one. Alright, so now we're going to rewatch it. I'm actually going to like pause it and talk about it. If you guys don't want this, I'll probably put a timestamp on the screen for the next trailer. But I'm just going to do this for anyone that wants to hear it or hear my opinion. Right, so I wasn't going to pause it here because I already said it, but I might as well. But this is obviously Pianosaurus, we can tell. But I don't know if it's the same one that was killed in Chapter 4 because that went into his mouth, basically. Yeah, it could just be the head deformed, but I don't know why he would do all that just to get a chair. I feel like this is probably an older one, so obviously there might be more than one Pianosaurus existing in the place, so we might even see a new one. Might see a lot of dead ones, something like that, just because they're trying to pick on us. But I don't know. I don't think this is the same one that we saw in Chapter 4. I think this is a different one that was probably alive later or before. Or maybe he turned one of the orphans into it and didn't want it since there's already one and killed him. Now this hand is kind of weird because I don't know why they would add a new hand when they added one that literally accesses everything, though it has 4 charges, which I kind of don't like, find it weird. I feel like this hand might be a built-in light source, so it will have a light that you can see, a lot of dark spaces probably then. And obviously it will access new places. It could even act like a new green hand, since we lost the green hand, which I actually forgot about. I don't remember we losing it, but Obviously, it's a new hand. I like how they showed it this time more than Chapter 4's, that I remember of at least, but excited for that. So, first of all, he looks so, like, his feet look creepy as hell, like, spider crabby thing. I saw crab in a comment, a thing that I have an idea of, but I think either we're going to have, like, Poppy's going to return, but it's going to be a different Poppy, and it's going to be the one that's trying to lure us towards him, since Poppy ran away. And so, since he has these making Poppies, he's going to make one pretend that it's actually Poppy, but it's not. And then that Poppy's going to try and lure us towards him, and going to get us killed, and then we're going to see the other one locked away or something. Or, we're going to need these heads, or Poppy herself, to scan on some doors, so we can actually access certain rooms. So, I don't know, that's just a prediction, but I think that would be pretty cool if that happens. Not going to pause here, but I don't know what this stuff is. I think it's that slime that's in the 5. I'm guessing these are some experiments that went wrong. Obviously, he actually probably got Huggy after we killed him in Chapter 1, or made him fall. Maybe we actually killed him and he resurrected him or something, but he was testing him here, as you can tell here. Or maybe they made another Huggy. I don't know what the hell that thing's supposed to be, but I've seen an image of that before. This could be the new type of smiling critters that we actually have to use the flares to get. I hope not, kind of, though, because I'm kind of getting sick of versing them. We've had them for 2 games now, and it's just, like, becoming more forced. So... Despite this image, he's massive. It looks like a grabpack arm there. I don't know. It just looks like one to me. So maybe he can extend his hands outwards. He looks like crab legs, but he's like, I think they're trying to go for a spider. And I thought he only had one of these hands and the other hand would be different, but it's the same. It's kind of weird because after seeing him looking like this, once you look back at Chapter 3's prototype shrine, it looks nothing alike. Anyways, there's Ollie. Well, I'm in the prototype, but we all knew it was Ollie all along. Now we're moving on to the second trailer, the cinematic trailer. I don't know what the other one was, I didn't really read it. Welcome Home, isn't that Chapter 3? I haven't seen this one at all, no sneak peeks, nothing. So this one's brand new to me. The other one, like I said, I've seen sneak peeks of it, but it's brand new. So I've never seen this one before. Who is that? Or what? Wait. Now I'm confused. Is the prototype the main villain? Like, obviously he is, but is he the main villain of this chapter? Now, this could actually lead to one of my theories, which I will say when we get back to that part. But, first of all, this beeping at the start, is that the bomb? Like, before it got set off in Chapter 4? Like, is it just showing that because she's thinking of it because it killed all of Doey's friends? Which, by the way, I have a big theory on Doey, and I'll leave it to the end for anyone that wants to hear it, but I won't put it in the middle of the video because not everyone cares. Now my question is, he said it's time to claw, but he said it's time to claw on the other one. Is it either he likes saying that, or does he, like, did this take place when the other one ended? So when the other one ended, this is what she was doing.
It's time to come home.
I'm going to find you.
Not just things gone wrong. We're people.
It's always been tough.
Now, that makes me think of chapter 3, but I wonder if we're going to have to traverse events and that's going to be in there. It's just crazy though, because Poppy is really scared. She really doesn't want to go back into the case. So something obviously happened in the case, or she was going insane, or something like that. But I still don't really like Poppy. She literally ditched us in chapter 4, so don't know if I feel bad or...
We're going to have so much fun.
Now this is confusing because I've seen this character. It was like, I think it was a fan character called like something Lovebirds, like a Lily Lovebirds or something. I don't remember at all. I think it was a fan character, and I saw it was confirmed, but I didn't think it was actually confirmed. I thought it was a scam. Like, not a scam, but I forgot the words. But obviously it is confirmed, but there's only one of them. There's not two of them. So I wonder if the other one's just not on screen, or if there's just one and then the other Lovebirds, like the person. This kind of leads into my next theory, which is, I think the prototype isn't the main villain of this chapter. I think there's a different villain, which is this person. And I think that it's Stella Grey something, or Stella something Grey, because we hear so much about it in chapter 4 and chapter 3 that I feel like the Dr. Sawyer, he decided, oh, well, I don't want her working with this, and then turned her into this. Or once they made him into the Doctor, they realised they can do it with other employees, and made Stella one of them. Because she did want to change the world, and she would do anything to do that. I think that Prototype's going to be at the very end of the game. We're going to like see him or something like that, kind of like Huggy. And chapter 6 is when we'll verse him fully. I don't think we're going to verse or kill him in chapter 5. Now we're going on to the pictures, and this one really looks cool. We knew that Huggy would be chasing us at the start of chapter 5, because we saw him then, but obviously right here, it's confirmation. Obviously we get thrown straight into the lab, because it's like all labby around, but here looks like something like something that the orphans would want, like character toys. I think that's Catnap there, Yarnaby, the bee. And at the start of the first trailer, we saw like a little playroom. So I feel like that's where the kids were. I'm not 100%. And I just realised, but see there, his hand's not there. And we saw the hand in one of the scenes in the first trailer, and I said how Huggy might have been there. I think there's a confirmation since his hand's gone and it's like wrapped around, like it's been bandaged. This one's pretty interesting. It looks like a cargo, so it's got that weird pattern again. Catnap, Yarnaby, Bee Guy. Don't know why Catnap's getting so much recent activity, but obviously this is where where the prototype, or where they used to get in shipments or ship in or out the monsters or not monsters, but the toys from the prison to the labs to test on them. Can't really say much about this. There's a weird red glow here, so that could be from the vent, since in the cinematic trailer we saw her running through a vent and it started turning red, so it could be that. So maybe the vent could lead out here, so Lily Lovebirds could be nearby here maybe. Or maybe we come through here, go down here, go in the vent, and then Lily Lovebirds is right there. So that's all I can really say with this. It's not too much here that I can see. This one's weird. I just looked at it and I instantly said that. But it looks, I don't know what to say about it. It looks like a reception area, or maybe part of the lab, since like the weird checker roof and like whatever. I feel like it could be like where they tested the kids, so the kids thought maybe, oh, we're just sick, don't worry. Especially with, Leith Pierre, I think it was Pierre, saying, how'd you get in here, to the kid in Chapter 3, Home Sweet Home. This could be the place, but I don't know how the kid would get that far down there. Again, not much I can say about this. It looks like the alien map from Dead by Daylight. That's all I can really say. But obviously, I think the prototype might have like done this. They got through it, or it's a different character that we haven't seen yet. Like I know they did that with the other chapter. They had Dowie, or not Dowie. I think the Doctor, and they didn't show him too much, or maybe Boa, the sheep. This could be the same thing. Like, not the big sheep, but this thing. Here's the playroom I was talking about in the first chapter, and obviously we can see the outside here. I feel like they lured the kids into there to go to the room to test on them. That's my theory. And obviously there was probably more to it, but it's still been covered up. Oh wait, I just realised there's another one. I thought this was the first one. He doesn't like Poppy. Okay. So obviously this is the room where they experiment of them, especially how we see the bed next. So this is where they tested or made it happen. Now I think he can walk on walls due to what we just saw there, because he just put his foot down there. As we can see, he does that again. But I don't know what this ooze stuff is. That's what I'm thinking though. I think the third character, the one that broke through those things, the one that's the main character, not Lily Lovebirds, not Prototype, but there's another one. Kind of like the most recent one, Chapter 4. We had two main villains that we knew about, Yarnaby and Doctor. I feel like this is what's going to happen. We're going to have Lily as the Yarnaby, so the first villain. Then this one as the Doctor villain, so the main villain of the thing. And then Prototype as the final villain. But he's not going to be like Dowie, he's going to be like Huggy. He's going to be shown at the very end, and then he's going to go into Chapter 6. Like, he'll obviously have a lot of shown, like Dowie kind of. But he won't actually be like a boss fight, and you won't take him out. And if you do, it's either going to be a different version of him. So his real self is actually somewhere else. It's just one controlled by him, kind of like the Doctor. Or he comes back in a different body by taking control of it after death. Or his soul does, something like that. That's my prediction. More of this ooze stuff. I don't know why the Prototype would have this ooze stuff, and that's why I'm thinking of the third character having it. And not the Prototype himself. Bye, Poppy. Yeah, that's just weird. Especially the screams you hear while it's happening. Alright, let's read the, about this content. Face off against the deadly puppet master behind the horrifying events of Playtime Co. Does that mean the Prototype is oh no. Maybe the Prototype is Elliot Ludwig and Leith Pierre, because I feel like he's the bad guy and Elliot didn't know anything about it. I feel like Pierre is the one that turned Elliot into the Prototype after hearing this line here. Especially how it's in bold, meaning it's important. But I just don't understand how that would work. In the latest terrifying chapter of the Poppy Playtime saga, you are propelled further into the gruesome depths of the factory, with Playtime's security system, Huggy Wuggy, in hot pursuit. Abandoned by your only allies. Well, I wouldn't say abandoned. I think Poppy abandoned us like a bum, and then Kissy Missy risked her life for us. So Kissy's cool, but screw Poppy, bro. She just left us there. Your fight for survival gets all the more challenging as you race further into the abyss that is his domain. Now, I feel like this is going to feel like more of a chapter 1, 2 style game. Chapter 3 and 4, we've been instructed to do things by talking and do this or do that. I feel like this one, Poppy and Kissy and all that, and Ollie obviously, are not going to be here. We're going to go back to chapter 1 basically, where it's just silent. And we're going to figure it out ourselves, follow the missions that come up in the corner in words. We're not going to be told anymore. It might be like chapter 2, but opposite, that we see Poppy at the end and she helps, rather than at the start. So, but she didn't really help. She just like, here, shadows whisper, and the puppet master who lords over his realm pulls the strings of madness. Can you stand against evil and finally put an end to this nightmare? Every bloody move forward will test your, can't even talk, I thought I was doing pretty good. Every bloody move forward will test your resolve as you uncover secrets years in the making. I don't know if this is the final one though. It could always be the final one, but that's just my prediction that it's not going to be. Stomach churning terrors await you in this new section of the factory as you uncover the dark works hidden within the prototype's stomping grounds. In this chilling new layer of the Playtime facility, you will encounter the tortured denizens. I have no idea what that is. Living in the darkness. They may aid you in your quest to defeat the prototype, but can they be trusted? Solve devious puzzles and overcome dangerous environmental obstacles with the power of the new grabpack tools and functionality. As you reach the true rotten heart of the center of Playtime, you will discover some of the company's greatest sins. Will you escape this new realm of shadows with your sanity intact, or will you succumb to the horrors within? Now this image, I gotta open my phone here because I had something written down. I read a lot of the comments saying ARG, but I personally don't know what that is and don't really think they would do something like a augmented reality. So here's my prediction. As you can see here, we have the book made by Poppy Playtime, right? About the game. Here, we have the music discs or the game files. Here we have files normally, that the lore, stuff like that. We have a character's object, and we have pictures. All of these are different. We got music / games, tapes like videos. We have documents / lore, books, pictures, and characters. But my prediction is this isn't an ARG, but the movie. Now, okay. Back before chapter 3, or maybe after chapter 3, they said that they were in the works with the movie company. And that's been about 3 years now, and nothing. Now, I don't know if they've actually said they're not making the movie. I haven't been paying attention that recently. This is what I think it is. And I feel like the movie is going to take place on Catnap's behalf. That's why the Catnap pendant's there. And all these scratch marks referring to an animal character. And with Catnap's pendant, or whatever it's called, with the scratch marks, I feel like the movie is going to revolve during the Hour of Joy, especially with the blood splatter everywhere, and it's going to be about Catnap. So it's going to be the Hour of Joy in Playcare's section, and Catnap will be the main villain. Plus, we've seen so much about him, like the new YouTube videos made by Poppy Playtime themselves, Mob Entertainment, and he's had so much recently, including lore tapes and more, after Chapter 3, and even this. Why would all that be here and not with the newer character? That's why I think this is the movie and it takes place about Catnap, or it's a remake of the game, kind of like Resident Evil. Well, there you have it. There's my super cool, super awesome video on my first reaction to Chapter 5. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys are still watching to this, you can comment down below something. Let's say Poppy. And if you want to, you don't have to, but if you want to, you can like and subscribe. I would rather... So I hope you guys enjoyed, and hope to see you guys in the next one. See you later. Okay, so this is for the people who wanted me to talk about the Dobby thing. I'll be quick, so I don't take too much of your time, but... basically, my guess is Dowie is not one person. It's pretty obvious, but basically in one of the tapes, they talked about how there's 3 other projects, A, B, and C, I'm pretty sure, and they were all tests for Dowie, all showing different signs. One was aggression and peace and stuff like that, and all of them had different signs. Jack fell into the machine, which they ended up making him to die because he was a good candidate, but since the other ones had nowhere to go, instead of keeping Jack how he is, or maybe he was needing, like he wasn't one, but he was a good host. So they decided to put all of the other 3 into him, and he became the host of them all, but the other personalities tried talking to him, and that's the voices he hears. And the other kids, they keep having their opinions on him, and he can't get them out because they're part of him. And so at the end, he wasn't trying to kill us; it was actually just one of the voices. And when he was yelling, "I just want to go home," I feel like that he was talking, but the aggressive kid actually took over his body. Because he was actually arguing with his physical body, getting angry, then not angry, talking to himself, like what we could hear. And I feel like the kid with the anger issues versus Jack were fighting each other, and the kid with the anger issues ended up winning, and Jack was just in the second seat, like the passenger seat, just like he was all this time. That's my guess with Dowie. I feel bad for him in the death. If I didn't say that in the video, I do now. Thinking of that, I could be completely wrong. I don't know, but that's my opinion. Comment down below if you guys agree with me, but hopefully that's close to being right.